Hey guys, last week on the show we talked about Cat 5 and Brett showed us how to do a real good splice and just do it upright. And we were talking about how if you just twist the wires together, it makes the impedance wrong, and it can throw in all kinds of things, and I'm sure it does. But I thought let's just do an experiment tonight, and I'm going to take a Cat 5 cable. We're going to run some speed tests. I'm going to take a Cat 5 cable. I'm going to cut it in half. And then look at this. I'm going to splice in 30-year-old lamp cord, new lamp cord, doorbell cable. I'm going to splice all that in between the two ends of this Cat 5. And then we're going to run another speed test. And I want you guys to tell me what you think it's going to do. Is it going to be half the speed? Is it going to be a fourth? Is it going to affect it at all? So we're going to find out. But first, let's do a couple speed checks and get a reference. So we're going to come over to here and we're going to do a speed check. Here we go. Let's see what we get. I'll record these. All right, not too bad. We're getting 938 down. And up is a little slow. I normally get about 62 up, but I don't know why. Maybe back here in the shack it's different. But anyway, okay, we got 51 up, and we got 938 down. Okay, I'm going to run it one more time just to see how much difference there is. Let's see if it comes out 938. Probably not. We might even pass it, actually. Nope. We got 933 down. And we're getting about, going to be close, a little bit more, I think, than we had first time. Nope. We're getting 51.3 down. I think that's the same as it was, up. That's the same as it was last time. Okay, so there you go. There's our up and down. I've got them recorded right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to unplug the Ethernet from the computer and put it in series with this cable. But first let me show you something. I'm going to test this cable and make sure it's good. Now I have a commercial Cat 5, Cat 6 cable tester, but why use a commercial one when you can build your own? Guys, this is Tom's cable tester. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've got two RJ45 jacks on top, and I've got lights for each side of the Ethernet cable and a switch here. Let's take a look and see how it does here. So I'm going to take this cable that we're going to test later and make sure there's no shorts or no opens in the cable. So I'm going to just plug it in my Tom's cable tester here, and we're going to see what it does here. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's no shorts between any of the cables. All of them have continuity through. That's all Tom's cable tester checks. And if you want to build one of these, they're pretty simple. If you can find the parts. I had parts in my junk box. Look there, I've got like a 12-position switch. Boy, it's got a lot of different wafers on there. I think I'm only using one. And then, of course, I just glued the LED lights in. I got a little 9-volt battery in here and a dropping resistor to drop the voltage. All right, but that's it. All right, so we know our cable's good. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the cable. This is a good Ethernet cable. Wow, it's a real good one. But I'll sacrifice it for the show. I'll sacrifice it, so I've got hundreds of cables, and I can build my own. But this is a nice cable. I probably shouldn't cut it in half, but for the show, we'll do it. All right, so we're going to put it here, we're going to put it here, we're going to come down here, and we're going to find about a halfway point, and look at this, look at this. Oh boy. Uh-oh. No connectivity now. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to expose each of the 8 wires in here. Let's see if I can get this insulation off here real quick. And I'll show you what we're going to do. Maybe. Okay, that's a pretty good cable. All right, there's our 8, or our 4 pair of 8. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to splice this junk wire in between these. So, hey, I've got this one stripped back. You can see it. They're stripped back. Let's just pick out a wire here. Let's go with the new. This is a lamp cord, regular lamp cord, and I have marked. I've gone ahead and marked so I can identify which one of these is which. So let's just put this on the orange. We're going to use this on the orange. So I'm going to put one on the orange white stripe. We're going to twist it. And then put the other one on orange. Now I'll do the same with the other end of the cable. Whatever I did with it. Here it is. I'll do the same. I'll strip it, and we're gonna splice it by twisting it into the other end of the Ethernet cable. And then we're gonna plug this in and do a speed check. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, all right, we have spliced all 8 wires of the Cat5 cable, as you can see here, into the various lamp cords, the old lamp cords, new lamp cords, and doorbell wiring. So you can see it looks pretty messy. I'm not going to tape them up. We'll just try to separate them, make sure they're not shorted. Oh, that one's about shorted, so we're going to have to kind of, need to do that. Okay. So we're going to do a speed test now and see how this works. What do you think? And guys, you may have to do this sometime. Hey, I was in the military and I was taught that if the enemy is attacking, you may have to do something like this. You may not be able to go out and get Cat5 cable. The store may be closed. The enemy may have that store. You just don't know. So you may have to use barbed wire in these places I'm here. I'm just showing you what to do if the enemy attacks. Okay. All right, so let me move it. I'm going to try to move it without it all coming apart here. All right, so we're going to move this, all these cables. What a mess, what a mess. Down here. Now see, okay, we're going to check for shorts before, we actually plug it in anything. All right, so let's see what we're going to do. We're going to unplug the Ethernet out of the computer. All right, here's the Ethernet cable out of the computer. I'm going to use one of Brett's connectors, or splice. Okay, and then I'm going to plug in. I'm going to plug in one end of it. I think I'll plug this end in right here. All right, let's see. No shorts there. No shorts there. I think we're okay. So here we go. I'm going to plug this into my gig switch. I don't hear anything buzzing or smoke. We're going to plug this into our computer. Okay. We now have our network connection through all these cables. Let's see. What do you think it's going to do in a chat room? Tell me. What do you think? Half the speed? A fourth the speed? Will it affect it at all? Will it even work at all? Let me know what you think. All right. Glenn, you and Brett, what do you think? All right. Here we go. Let's do a speed check. I don't see anything smoking yet. Whoa, look at that. Look at that, look at that. We get 94 down. Okay, 94 down. And we've got about 50 up, it looks like. I said 48 point, what was it, 48.5?
0.5 tubes.
Okay. All right, guys, so here's what we got. Look at this comparison right here. With regular Ethernet cable, we got 930 something down with 51 up. With our emergency cable, when the enemy's attacking, we've got 94 down and 48 up. Now, you know, one of the things about this, I can tell you right now, if you're doing surfing or email or whatever, watching videos, 94 is plenty. It'll work fine for you. You don't need a gig down. 100 megs is fine. So look, we could actually live with this right here if we had to. We could live with it, and we probably wouldn't even complain, you know. All right, there's one more thing I want to do. One more thing I want to do here real quick. Let me take this out of the circuit before I short the wires together. Okay. Okay, so you guys have probably seen these. You've probably seen these. These are Ethernet over your house wiring or your power lines. I don't know if you've seen them or not, but what you do, you plug this in at your switch, you plug this in at your computer, and basically you don't use Cat5 cables between point A and point B. You're using the electrical wiring in the house. Now, I've got almost a gig down, but look, these are rated at 500 megs, 500 megs. So we can't expect anything more than 500 megs. Your computer would plug in one end, and your switch or your router would plug in the other end here, and your home electrical wiring in the walls actually then becomes your connection between your computer. Let's run this. Hey, and to make it interesting, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug one in here, and I'm going to plug the Ethernet from my switch into here. Okay. Oh, look, we got lights. Okay. Now, all right. So now we got Ethernet into. We've got data running into our home power. Let's do this. Let's throw a wrench in it. I'm going to run it through this. I'm going to run data through this 100-foot extension cord. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to plug this extension cord in the wall here. Uh-oh, something happened here. Oh, okay. Okay, I plugged the extension cord in the wall here. I'm going to plug this one in the extension cord. And then we're going to take a cable, and we're going to plug this into the computer. Well, it says we have a link. All right, I'm going to plug this into the computer. Let's see what's going to happen here. I got so many wires back here, it's difficult to get back here. Okay, now my computer now is going through this adapter, which adapts your Ethernet connection through your power lines in your house. I'm going through a 100-foot extension cord. If the enemy's attacking, you don't have Cat5, use extension cord. All right. And then over here, we've got from our router, our switch, we're coming into the other adapter here, and we're plugged into the power. Okay, so we're going through a 100-foot extension cord. What do you think? What do you think? Are we going to get 93? We're going to get 48? Are we going to get 900? Let's do a speed check and see what we get. Here we go. It's going to be slow, I can tell you. Oh, wow, look at that. About like my lamp cords. Just about like the lamp cords. So, oh man, almost identical. We got 93.6, 93.6, and we're getting and we're going to get 46.9 down, 46.9. So here's the results. That's Ethernet. This is my lamp cords and doorbell cords. And this is the little adapters to use your home wiring. Again, both of these are giving me almost 100 megs down. So that's pretty good. All right. Hey, I just thought, let's do one more thing. Let's take all the wires out. And let's just do what we talked about last week with Brett, about just twisting the wires together and splicing. And let's run one quick test about just splicing the wires by twisting them together. This is no lamp cord or anything in between. I'm just putting the Ethernet back together where I cut it. All right, almost got it here. Wow, don't want to get any shorts. Okay. All right. All right, so there we are. We're all back together. This is going to be difficult to keep your shorts. Okay. See what I'm going to do. Put a little piece of tape around it. Okay. So, Ethernet cord, again, I've just twisted the wires back together. No special adapter in between or anything. I know the impedance is probably affected. Let's plug it in and see what happens here. Let's see how it works. So we're going to have to use a little splicer here. One end goes in here. The other end of our cable goes in the computer. Make sure we're not, I think we look okay. I bet we get more than 100, or I bet we get more than 90 megs down right now. Okay, here we go. We're gonna run a speed test. Here we go. This is with the pairs twisted.
Wow.
Not bad, not bad. It's going to be down a little bit from the 938. Looks like our uplink is down a little bit. Okay, so let me make a note here real quick. The twisted down was 863. And the up was 41.9. Okay, well, that tells you right there that even twisting them together, it works a little better. It's close. 800 is not bad from 938, but it does affect it. So anyway, if you have to make a splice, twist them together. If you have the luxury to do like Brett showed you, and you got the little double female adapter where you can plug the cables in and put the RJ45s on it. You can do that too. Okay, hey, thanks for watching. Okay, so what was the conclusion? Well, 100-foot extension cord, we can run data through it. We can run data through a rat's nest of cables here. You know, I'm sure it affects the impedance. You know, the reason Cat 5 is so good, and you know, each of the pairs are twisted. And I think the Bell system, one of the engineers at Bell invented a twisted system in the early years because they were getting crosstalk on the phone lines and they didn't know how to solve it. So the twisted pair, I think, was the solution for that. So each of the pairs in your Cat 5 cable are twisted pairs. So that's going to help with crosstalk and interference. And it will, and two, with a nice uninterrupted cable there, you're not going to have, you know, impedance issues or, you know, connection problems and so forth. So what do we learn tonight? If the enemy's attacking, you can do this and you can survive.